Tonight, Lethbridge in a battle for the top of the Central Division. They'll look to keep it rolling here this evening. Lethbridge starting right to left in their road blue jerseys. They'll gain the red line and chip it in. Noah Gregor with Ozzie Weisblatt and Cole Fonstad out here for Prince Albert. Gregor chips into the zone. He'll duck the defender. In tight, a shot by Gregor. Save made. Wrap around. He'll try. And the net comes off as Ty Prefontaine comes in. Knocks the net off its moorings and prevents what looked like a probable goal there from Noah Gregor.
Well, and Noah Gregor does a great job here as the puck gets a little awkward on him. It gets inside almost in between his feet, and he was still able to push this one past the Lethbridge Hurricane defenseman, get that first shot on goal, and he actually picks up his own rebound and was going for the wraparound.
So Gregor into the offensive zone face-off. He'll pull it back. Massell off the wall, finds Weisblatt in the high slot. He'll rip it, and a save made there by Tedachuk. Weisblatt finds a rebound, tries to slip it across to Gregor. That's intercepted. Gregor forcing a turnover, though. Here's Ozzie Weisblatt. On the near wall, the 16-year-old funnels it down around behind the net. Gregor left corner. Out front, Fonstad in his skates. Out front looking for Weisblatt. That one rolls away from him. A close call again at the Hurricane net. The Lethbridge group will get it to the red line and in. Nick Henry, the former Regina Pat, chasing it the whole way. Sergei Sapego off the glass and out for Prince Albert. Barloggy picks it up in neutral ice. He'll dump it in. Scott behind the net goes left corner for Jeremy Massell. Up the middle, Hanoun. Eric Pierce quickly across for Justin Knackbauer. Just out of his reach. That'll be an icing call against the Raiders. Good puck movement there. The pass just a little off the mark. Face-off back into the PA zone. 1:06 into this first period.
Well, for the Prince Albert Raiders, that's exactly how you wanted to see them start. That Noah Gregor, Fonstad, Weisblatt line comes out and just puts the Lethbridge Hurricanes right on their heels, right off the hop.
Former Minto Logan Barloggy from Humboldt steps into the face-off circle. Hanoun able to win that one back. Pierce on the left wall. He'll lift it high off the boards, down the ice, and it'll go for icing once again. And it'll be interesting to see the matchups here. Both teams really have a lot of strength throughout their forward group. So unlike a team like Brandon where the Matheos line carries a lot of the offense, you can't focus on shutting down one unit. You got to be careful with your matchups all the way through.
Absolutely, and it's for both teams, as you mentioned. Lethbridge has to be aware of what the Raiders are doing, and the Raiders have to be aware of what the Lethbridge is doing, and very much a playoff type of atmosphere as well.
Hanoun pulls this one back. Knackbauer up the right wing. He'll lift it in as Mareshko goes back to pick it up. He'll clear the zone, and Bellerive starts ahead for the Hurricanes. He's got Barloggy with him. In front, the pass just misses the mark. Barloggy can't connect with it, and the Raiders turn it out to neutral ice. It bounces back to the blue line. Gooley across for Loden Schaffler. Quickly ahead, it's Dante Hanoun. Over the blue line, a rising wrister fools Tedachuk, but drifts into the glass behind the goal. Protas has it left wall. His pass behind the net, too far for Brett Leeson, and Kalen Addison works it ahead for Taylor Ross. Back to the blue line. Zach Hayes and Braden Pahal out here as they'll see Dylan Cousins by the look of things. Hurricanes work it ahead, chipped in by Taylor Ross. And Scott out of his net, he'll play it up the wall. Protas chips it out. Brett Leeson chasing after it. He's going to test the speed of Ty Prefontaine. All over him is Leeson, but Prefontaine does a nice job. Works it off the boards. Leeson forces a turnover, though. Cutting towards the net, turn back Montgomery has it far corner. Drops it off there. Protas chasing after it. Jake Elmer will find it in center for Taylor Ross off his stick. And back to the Raider blue line. Here's Braden Pahal. Ahead for Brett Leeson, cutting through neutral ice. He'll gain the red line and lift it in. And here's Evan Herman making his Western Hockey League debut, wearing number 22. He'll chase it in. Played up the wall. Jacob Brook cuts it off at the blue line. Thrown in, and Spencer Moe in on the forecheck. He'll check his man, and now it's worked ahead. A good hit by Caden Gooley as he throws a shoulder into Justin Hall as he tried to gain the Raiders zone. Quickly brought ahead Spencer Moe. At the line, it's knocked away from him, but Jacob Brook follows up, good speed to keep it in. Schaffler down into the corner now for Moe. Supporting him is Herman. Herman bounces his man. Puck comes out to neutral ice, recovered by Prince Albert. Moe at the red line, he'll lift it in. Weisblatt and Herman got their wires crossed there and collided. Hurricanes bring it ahead. Here's Boyko driving wide on Cole. Fonstad can't get to the net. Found behind the net by Caden Gooley. Up the far wall, it's Dylan Cousins. Squeezed by Gooley, and the puck comes out to neutral ice. Fonstad Has to go around Coltrane Wilson to get to that one, but he'll recover it for Prince Albert. Gregor over the line, but Weisblatt steps in offside. Neutral zone draw coming up. 3:37 gone this first period. Still no score.
Well, unfortunately on that play, Weisblatt had to kind of step out of the way of Gregor, and he steps inside the blue line as opposed to trying to keep 1 foot on the other side of the blue line, and gets caught on that offside.
Gregor on the draw against Jake Lasician, the former Regina Pat. Gregor able to pull that one back. Hayes works it ahead for Fonstad. A little different wrinkle here as we see Cousins on a line with Lasician and Henry. Big hit thrown there by Gregor in deep on Ty Prefontaine. The Hurricanes come ahead. Dylan Cousins fires a shot blocked by Zach Hayes. Prefontaine holds it in from the right point. Around behind the net, Henry works it up the wall. Cousins watched by Weisblatt. Weisblatt down to the corner, picked off by Henry. Back to the line, Kalen Addison has it. He'll step in, looks to shoot, turns back to the line instead. Doesn't like what he sees. He'll walk the line now. He's got room left side. Addison fires it off the stick of Weisblatt, and that one deflects wide. In the corner now, Henry tied up by Zach Hayes. Hayes tries to bump it behind the net. That one hits a body. Finds Cole Fonstad now on the left wall. Fonstad feathers it through the middle into the skates of Gregor. He'll collect it and work it into the zone. Quick shot by Gregor. Pad save by Tedachuk. Fonstad now across for Justin Knackbauer, fresh off a line change. Back to the line. Gooley holds it in. He'll flip it in far corner as Knackbauer chases after it. Addison around behind the net. Cousins clears to neutral ice. Bellerive has it knocked off his stick quickly by Loden Schaffler. Justin Knackbauer sends it in. 5 minutes into this first period, Hurricanes still without a shot. 4-0 are the shots in favor of Prince Albert. Puck bounces out to neutral ice. The Raiders control in their own zone. Masella near side for Sapago out through neutral ice. Cut off by Nolan Jones. He'll work it back ahead for Barloggy. Back to Nolan Jones. He'll slide it ahead. Jake Elmer cutting in right side. Elmer, a shot and a save made by Ian Scott. Another shot from the near wall by Jones. That one fought off, and now Protas. He had Leeson behind the defender, couldn't get it there. Sapago will pick it up near side. Up the ice into the Lethbridge zone. Knocked away by Nolan Jones. Cousins ahead now for Elmer. He'll duck the check from Masella. Down near side is Elmer battling with Montgomery. Sean Montgomery works that puck free. Protas off the glass and out. Here's Leeson 2-on-1 with Sean Montgomery. Leeson dishes to Montgomery, walking in. Save made by Tedachuk. Rebound covered up. That one bounced through, but the defender keeps it from crossing the goal line. Close call, and the puck is kept out at the Hurricanes' goal.
What a great breakout there by the Raiders, and it just really showed the Lethbridge Hurricanes that they've got to pay attention to who's out on the ice, and this time it was Leeson picks it up on the outside wall, and Montgomery just comes out of nowhere to get into position. It was perfect feed by Leeson and a really good shot in on goal.
This line stays out there. Montgomery pulls the puck back, but it skips away from Schaffler. Out to neutral ice, they'll go with it. Here's Loden Schaffler up the right wall. Lifted in from the red line, Alex Protas. Chasing after it, bouncing puck into the corner. Leeson pulls it free. Fired from the goal line by Leeson. Fought off by Tedachuk. He's got 6 saves already. Just 6 minutes into the contest. Brett Leeson. Near side, he has it top of the zone. Bounces off a check from Zach Cox. Hurricanes clear. Knocked right back in by Loden Schaffler. After a good shift, Montgomery and Leeson head to the bench. Hurricanes clear to neutral ice. Boyko takes the hit but leaves it there for Cox. Brought into the Raiders' zone. He's kept wide by Jacob Brook. Brook stays on him down into the corner. Good hit there by Brook. Hurricanes on the puck though. Here's Nick Henry. Cutting away from the check of Brook down into the corner. Gooley turns it around behind the net. Forced by Taylor Ross. He'll find Schaffler. Up the wall, cut off there by Lasician. Mo now. Bounced away from him. Schaffler after it down low. He'll take a hit from Nick Henry. Good forecheck here by Lasician, and Henry pulled free by Spencer Mo. He'll skate up the right side. Chipped ahead for Jacob Brook. Past him, but out to neutral ice. Mareshko across for Kalen Addison. Addison ahead for Lasician. That one doesn't connect. It'll go all the way down on an icing call now against Prince Albert. 7:09 into this first period. Still no score.
Well, that was a huge shift for the Prince Albert Raiders. Spencer Mo and Brook and Herman get caught out there against Lasician and Henry, and that wasn't the lineup that Habshai was wanting to have. But I'll tell you what, those guys did a good job getting their sticks on pucks and getting that puck out of harm's way.
Gregor line out for the offensive zone draw. The Hurricanes control. It's lifted down the ice. Jackson Shepard chased it the whole way. He'll collide with Jeremy Masella down in the corner. Worked up the wall for Cole Fonstad. He'll center. Weisblatt has it knocked away by Barloggy, but it finds Gregor. Now Fonstad across. Weisblatt stepping in. Backdoor for Gregor. That one just missed the mark. This line continues to generate. Sepego near side for Weisblatt. Dishes for Gregor. High slot. Fonstad leaves it now for Sepego. Penalty coming up as Fonstad was knocked to the ice. And what a sequence again by the Gregor Fonstad Weisblatt line. A close call at the net. And then a tripping call against Jackson Shepard. Raiders will get the first power play of the night. 7:41 into this first period.
Yeah, it's a big power play coming up for the Raiders. And again, it's this Gregor Fonstad Weisblatt line. Each shift out thus far, they have just been putting pressure on Lethbridge. Shepard gets tangled up with Cole Fonstad and draws that penalty. And Fonstad draws the penalty. Shepard into the box.
Raiders win the draw, setting up on the man advantage. Up high at Sepego. Left side, Dante Hanoun. Back up top, Sepego. Right side, Gregor. Steps off the circle, fires it, blocked by Igor Merezhko. Up the left side, Hanoun can't quite keep it at the blue line, and they'll clear. Raiders on the man advantage, brought to you by Advantage Collision in Prince Albert, formerly known as JG's, the little shop that cares. Henry brings it in shorthanded, but he has his pocket picked by Hanoun. Raiders turn the other way. Gregor drops now for Montgomery. Up to the top of the line, Sepego. Down the wall, Gregor, high slot. Weisblatt lets it go for Hanoun, left point. Near side, Sepego. Left side, Weisblatt, rink wide. Gregor, shot, save! What a stop by Carl Tedachuk. A beautiful passing play. Gregor gets the shot he wants, but Carl Tedachuk gets across and makes an unbelievable glove save.
Gregor gets the shot he wants. Gregor gets the pass he wants. That was just a terrific heads-up play there, going rink wide, and it was Weisblatt rink wide to Gregor. Gregor, quick release, but what a save by Tedachuk.
Second power play unit comes out here. Brett Leeson on the draw against Dylan Cousins. It pops to the far side, and Jake Elmer strides ahead. Caden Gooley has to hustle back. He'll cut Elmer off. Nice job by Gooley to break that one up. Raiders up the right side. The pass doesn't connect with Leeson. Clear to neutral ice. Fonstad knocks it down. Cousins humming after it. Elmer has it now. Elmer with Cousins short-handed. A shot by Elmer. And a shoulder save made by Ian Scott. Good pressure here by Cousins and Elmer. Raiders bring it back in. Fonstad turned back at the line by Polivko. They'll have to regroup at their own blue line now. Alex Protas, right side for Sergei Sepego. Makes a move, hit the line, and offside is the call. Face-off back out to neutral ice. 37 seconds left in this Raider man advantage.
Well, you do have to give some credit here to the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Aggressive on their penalty kill. There was a couple of opportunities. Obviously, this last one, when you've got Cousins heading in, that's a great opportunity when you're short-handed. The shift earlier, Dante Hanoun got his pocket picked, and then he picked the pocket of the Lethbridge Hurricane to break that play up.
We'll see Leeson pull the face-off back on Bellerive, chipped in by Fonstad. Nackbauer chasing it, but it's cleared off the glass and down the ice by Merezhko. 20 seconds remaining until Jackson Shepard comes back on the ice. Sergei Sepego leads the rush ahead. He'll drop for Fonstad. Picking his way through, neutral ice is Cole Fonstad into the offensive zone. Delays on the left wall. He'll bump it around behind the net. Protas can't hold. Nobody there at the right point. And it'll come out to neutral ice. Sepego up the wall, read by Prefontaine. He'll work it in now for Cox. He's defended by Sepego. Out of the box comes Shepard. We're back to even strength. Spencer Moe looking for the stretch pass. Gets away from him. And Barloggy back to pick it up in the defensive zone. Picked off by Moe. Brook out front for Herman. Can't find that puck in front of the net. A good look there for Evan Herman if that puck got through on the centering feed by Brook. Here's Pahal at the blue line. Sends it in off a leg. Off the end boards. Worked up the near wall by the Hurricanes. Barloggy finds Shepard. Red line and in. Scott leaves it behind the net for Hayes. Left wall. Herman. Nice pass up the middle for Brook. And away go the Raiders. Brook into the offensive zone. He's got Herman and Moe joining him now. Brook behind the net. Herman goes to pick it up. He'll work it up high now for Braden Pahal. Pahal walks the blue line. Can't get around Cousins. Here comes Dylan Cousins. A breakaway for Cousins. Walking in. Backhand over the net. Ian Scott may have got a piece of that one. Big hit behind the net by Pahal on Cousins. But a big stop there by Ian Scott as the top 5 NHL prospect goes in all alone after picking the pocket of Braden Pahal. Hurricanes still on the puck. Here's Nick Henry. Into the slot for Lecition. Can't get a stick on that one. Far side, Alex Cotton behind the net. Cousins near wall, Henry. Henry, cross corner. It's stepped into by Cotton. The drive blocked by Hayes. Rebound, loose puck in front. Out into the slot. Cousins spinning and firing. Blocked by Evan Herman. Gets down in front of that one. Cousins now shot, scores. Finally, the Hurricanes break through as they keep the puck in the offensive zone, generate chance after chance. Raiders do what they can, but Cousins capitalizes. 1-0, the Hurricanes lead.
Well, it was one of those situations where you could just kind of feel it coming. The Lethbridge Hurricanes started buzzing, and it starts with that breakaway by Dylan Cousins, and Ian Scott makes a save there, but the Raiders couldn't get it out of their zone after that point, and unfortunately, at the end, it was just a great shot by Dylan Cousins that beats Ian Scott.
Cousins. The assist to number 23, Nick Henry. Time of the goal, 11:09. That's Cousins.
Those two continue to generate. Cousins now a 9-game point streak. Henry's extends to 5, and the Hurricanes take a 1-0 lead. Lethbridge with some jump now. Here's Bellerive. Out front, Barloggy scores! Logan Barloggy, the former Prince Albert Minto, drills the one-timer past Ian Scott. It's 2-0 Hurricanes, and those goals just 19 seconds apart.
Well, a big shift here all of a sudden in this hockey game as the Raiders had the upper hand in the shots on goal, and all of a sudden the Lethbridge Hurricanes, more importantly, capitalize on 2 big shots. First by Dylan Cousins, and then this last one by Berloggy, and that was a bullet that got past Ian Scott.
Yeah, Lethbridge didn't have much to offer for the first 10 minutes, but all of a sudden, 2 breaks, 2 goals. The Raiders in a 2-0 deficit. Here's Brett Leeson. Up the right wing side, cut off by Nolan Jones. Cousins back to pick it up. He'll run it right side for Jake Elmer. Montgomery pulls it free as pass for Leeson misses the mark. Out to neutral ice, it'll go. It's Cousins. Here's the call.
Logan Barloggy. The assist to number 15, Jordy Bellerive. Time of the goal, 11:22.
Bellerive the lone assist on that one as Elmer walked in there. His shot turned aside by Scott. Stretch pass for Brett Leeson. He was gone if he could handle that one, but a hard pass into the skates, bounced away down the ice. And the Hurricanes transition. Here's Taylor Ross into the offensive zone, bouncing it around behind the net. Skips away from Jake Elmer. And Protas will settle behind the net. Protas, left corner for Sergei Sapago. Rink wide for Jeremy Masella. Masella waiting for something to open up. He'll find Gregor up the left wing side. Gregor catches that pass behind his back. His pass for Weisblatt doesn't connect. Second effort, he'll get it there. Weisblatt being watched on the far wall. He'll dish for Schaffler near side. Schaffler steps in, fires a shot, and a save made by Tedachuk. And we'll step aside. Raiders trail 2-0 here in the first. Time for your Crown Cleaner cleanup. Brought to you by Crown Cleaner in Prince Albert. Quality fit for a king or queen. You're listening to Flamin' Raider Radio on CKBI.
Tune, and now Prince Albert.
You're listening to the Western Hockey League on Raider Radio, CKBI.
2-0, the Lethbridge Hurricanes leading the Prince Albert Raiders here. 7.5 minutes remaining in the opening frame. Off the draw, the Hurricanes send it down the ice. Nick Henry hurries in, so there's no icing. Ian Scott has to play it. Worked ahead by Sepago. Gregor finds Weisblatt up through the middle, chipped in by Cole Fonstad. He'll go in on the forecheck after Ty Prefontaine. Gregor in there supporting him. Prefontaine turns away from the check. He'll work it up the near side. Takes a hard hit there from Gregor, but gets the puck out to neutral ice. Masella banks it ahead. Here come the Raiders again. Weisblatt drifting in right side. His shot blocked by Prefontaine. Fonstad after Weisblatt gets hit away from the puck. Prefontaine's heading to the penalty box, and the Raiders back to the man advantage with a 2-goal deficit here in the first period.
Well, definitely an interference call coming the way of the Lethbridge Hurricanes as Weisblatt or Fonstad was already up against the boards, been checked into the boards. Nice play there. Weisblatt's trying to work his way around them. The puck is on the other side, and he gets stepped into by Prefontaine, and that brings up that interference call.
So far, good things happen when the Weisblatt-Fonstad-Gregor line's on the ice. They've drawn 2 penalties. They've had a number of great scoring chances, and 2/3 of that line will be out here for the power play. Here's Gregor up high for Sepago. Starting things off down the right side. Gregor rink wide for Weisblatt. In front for Montgomery. Can't get the redirect in front. Looked like another sure goal there if it connected, but it didn't. The Hurricanes come the other way now. Jake Elmer short-handed up the ice, working on Dante Hanoun. Elmer cuts to the net, pulls the trigger. It bounces in and stays out. Bounces into the crease, and Scott fights it away. Raiders come the other way. Montgomery drops it off for Weisblatt. Montgomery pulls it out of the pile. Right point, Sepago. Sergei Sepago, rink wide for Hanoun. He'll settle a bouncing puck and send it back across for Sergei Sepago. Down the wall for Gregor. High slot. Montgomery fires in that one. Misses wide. Off the end boards. It'll be found by Tedachuk. He'll cover up. 6:09 to go into the first period. Raiders trail by 2. Minute 19 left on this man advantage.
Well, still at times on this power play, they're still giving some opportunities away to the Lethbridge Hurricanes, and this last one came in. That was a mad scramble to keep that one out of the back of the goal. Great job there by Ian Scott to fight that one off. And then the last play here, just a slight hesitation by Montgomery. He just couldn't quite get turned around in time to get a good, clean shot away.
Face off in the Hurricane zone. Bouncing puck corralled by the Raiders up to the line. It's Gooley. Left side, Cole Fonstad. Different unit out here now. Tries to find Leeson in the high slot. That one knocked away and cleared by the Hurricanes. Raiders back on the man advantage. Brought to you by Advantage Collision in Prince Albert, formerly known as JG's, but still the little shop that cares. Halfway through the penalty to Prefontaine. Raiders bring it in. Centering feed for Fonstad. That one turned aside again. Hurricanes penalty kill looking airtight right now. Their penalty kill on the season, Marty. You pointed this out. They have the number 16 PK in the WHL, but they're heating up lately. 88% in their last 5 outings. Tighten up considerably. The Raiders have got some chances, though. Here's Protas. Back into the offensive zone, right side. Up high, he'll find Gooley. Left side, Fonstad up high. Leeson loads and fires. That one blocked by Taylor Ross as he got down in front of that one, put it out of play. Faceoff stays in the Hurricane zone.
Well, good release on that shot there by Leeson. Unfortunately, Ross was able to get a leg on it, and puck does go out of harm's way, but it was a good, solid play. Leeson was right in the middle of the ice, a little high up on the slot, but he still tries to get that shot away.
5 1/4 to go in this first period. Raiders trail by 2. 26 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Leeson stays out here for the draw. He'll win it back for Protas. Up top, it's Gooley. Down the left wall, Cole Fonstad watched by Henry. Up high, Gooley. Near side, Protas. Top of the circle, right side, it's Alex Protas. Waits for Lecition. He'll dish up high for Gooley. Fires a shot. That one blocked in the slot. They don't clear. Gooley holds. Left side, Fonstad fires it. Scores! Cole Fonstad strikes on the man advantage. Raiders are on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, we'll see if there isn't a deflection here on this one, but right now it looks like it's Cole Fonstad that's going to get credit for this goal. You can see Knockbauer have a quick look back at the official, but Knockbauer got himself into a good position, and he's a big body. And it was just a good, solid play here. And it looks like it goes clean in. It may have gone in even off of the Lethbridge Hurricane defenseman off the goaltender.
Well, it was a nice job of using the defender as a screen there and not getting a block by Fonstad. His hot stick stays hot as he finds the back of the net here tonight. We'll hear from Cole Fonstad in the first intermission, but he's got the Raiders on the board.
Brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His 28th of the season, scored by number 24, Cole Fonstad. The assist to number 6, Caden Gooley. Time of the power play goal, 15:03.
During the announcement, a couple close calls at the Hurricanes net as the Raiders keep the pressure on. Masilla long shot. That one fought off by Tedachuk. Gregor and Barloggy, or Weisblatt and Barloggy, collide over in the corner. Hurricanes come away with a puck. Kalen Addison behind the net, dishes near side for Alex Cotton. Back across for Addison. He'll work it up the middle. Nice job by Masella getting in front of that one, but it skips away. Barloggy follows up into the zone. His pass across, blocked by Weisblatt. Addison follows up, puts it on goal. Save made by Scott. He'll take a spear to the gut from Jordy Bellerive, looking to dig something loose, but nothing comes of that. Face-off down in the Raiders' zone. 4:14 to go in the first. Hurricanes up 2-1.
Well, the big thing here now is that the Raiders get that power play goal, and they really get the crowd into the game now. It got a little quiet after Lethbridge scored those 2 quick goals, and rightfully so, but the Raiders battled back. Big power play goal by Cole Fonstad, and Gooley picking up the assist.
Oh, no doubt about that one. They'll try and get some energy going here. Other than a minute, they've been in control of the play here tonight, but they find themselves in a 2-1 deficit. Face-off clears to neutral ice. The Hurricanes send it back in as Taylor Ross comes back to tag up. 4 minutes remaining in the first. Hayes up the left wall off the stick of Elmer. Out to neutral ice, Cousins. He's met there by Montgomery. Cousins stays on the puck, a strong skater. Cousins in deep, watched by Pahal. They collide down low. Pahal kicks the puck ahead for Leeson, and he'll work ahead, chips it past Nolan Jones. Here's Leeson up the right side, cutting to the net. Stick check by Jake Elmer. Great job by the 20-year-old hustling back, cutting the angle on Leeson, but the Raiders stay on it. Pahal, a drive from the line, and a save made there by Carl Tedachuk. That's the 10th shot he's faced here in the first period. He'll keep that one for the faceoff in the Hurricane zone.
Well, really good job here by Brett Leeson away from the puck. He knows the puck's going back to Pahal, and he's battling with big Coltrane Wilson to try and get himself into position. He won that battle to get out in front of the goal and had the potential to get a stick on this shot coming in.
Dante Hanoun in the faceoff circle against Jake Lasician. Hanoun pulls it back. Knackbauer steps off the wall. His shot blocked by Bellerive. Lasician off the wall, held at the blue line by Masella. Down the boards, Knackbauer. He's tied up. Cleared to neutral ice. Masella chasing it down. He'll delay on the near boards. Out to neutral ice, Polivko. Watched by Pierce. He'll dump that one in. Sepegel back to pick it up in his own zone. Near side, Masella. Up the wall, past Knackbauer. And out to the Lethbridge blue line. Mereshko off the wall ahead for Bellerive. He'll chip that one in. And Jeremy Masella goes back to pick it up. Masella behind the net. Bellerive crashing in on him. He'll put the hit on him. His centering pass doesn't get to Lasician, and the Raiders come ahead, but it'll be called down. Justin Knackbauer collides with Lasician away from the puck. Knackbauer heads off for interference, and now the Hurricanes get a crack on the power play with a 1-goal lead. 2:53 to go in the first period.
Well, it's been 2 power play opportunities for the Raiders. The Raiders are 1 for 2, and Lethbridge Hurricanes now go on to their first power play opportunity of the game, and no big surprise that it is Dylan Cousins out to take the faceoff.
Great power play for Lethbridge, 37% in their last 5 games. 4th overall in the WHL on the season, but the Raiders' #1 ranked penalty kill wins the draw and gets it down the ice. That was Braden Pahal with the clear. Sean Montgomery with a faceoff win, and the Hurricanes will chase it all the way back into their own zone. 4 power play goals in their last 4 games, or rather 7 power play goals in their last 4 games for the Hurricanes. But they can't gain the zone onside. Offside is a call. Back out to neutral ice. Just 15 seconds gone in the penalty to Knackbauer.
Oh, nice job here by Zach Hayes. He just steps up, closes the gap right at the Raider blue line, forces that offside call against Lethbridge, taking away their power play momentum for a little bit.
Raiders penalty kill perfect in the last 2 games. They've killed 7 consecutive penalties. Addison drops it off now for Nick Henry. The Avalanche prospect gains a red line. He'll dump it in. Around behind the net, Montgomery battling with Taylor Ross on the near wall. Ross pinned up against the boards. Pahal comes in, puts a shoulder into him. Clears to the line, held by Lasician. Now Addison, he'll fall. Brett Leeson works ahead. 1-on-1 with Nick Henry. Leeson, shorthanded, fires it, and a blocker save by Carl Tedachuk. Uncharacteristic mistake there by Kalen Addison as he toe-picked high in the Raiders zone. Brought back in by the Hurricanes. Boyko in front off the skate of Masella. Finds Addison left point. A minute left in this Hurricane power play. Addison walking the blue line now. Steps in, a drive and a block by Jeremy Masella. Gets down in front of that one. Addison top of the point once again, leads the league in power play assists. He'll drift in right side. Addison curls back. He'll find Henry right point. Henry up top, left side, Lecition. Back up top, Henry fires, blocked by Leeson, and here comes Noah Gregor. Sepago joining the rush, 2-on-1 shorthanded. Gregor fakes, shoots, just misses the far post. The goal light came on because it beat Tedachuk, but he just missed his mark on the far post. Both penalty kills generating chances here tonight. Bellerive dumps it in now. Hayes back to pick it up. Up the wall for Montgomery. It goes off a stick, but he'll corral and clear to neutral ice. Mareshko drops it off now for Jake Elmer. Elmer cuts his way into the zone up through the middle. He'll dish right side for Barloggy. Up high, Mareshko. 5 seconds on the power play. Dylan Cousins. High slot, steps in, fires, blocked by Hanoun. Elmer a drive, the puck rolls on him high into the glass. Out of the box comes Knackbauer. Raiders successful on the kill. Puck goes out of play in the Prince Albert zone. Face-off coming up, 51 seconds remaining in the first period. Lethbridge leading 2-1.
Well, the goal judge down behind the Lethbridge Hurricane goal is getting a little bit of the raspberries from the fans around him as Noah Gregor unloads on that shot. I agree with the goal judge. It looked like it was going to be going in, but it just went a hair wide, and just a great release on that shot. But some great opportunities for both teams shorthanded now.
Well, and how about Sergei Sepago shorthanded, getting up the ice from the defensive position to join Gregor on a 2-on-1, force a defender over and allow that look for Gregor. Raiders successful on the kill. They'll bring it up the ice now. Fonstad into the offensive zone. Tied up in the corner, Gregor in there. He'll pull it free. Gregor high slot. Weisblatt for the one-timer. Knocked away by Jake Elmer. And the Hurricanes come ahead now. Taylor Ross drifting in left side. He'll blow a tire as he tries to get around Hayes. Hayes quickly works it ahead for Fonstad. Fonstad cuts into the zone left side. Zach Hayes a shot and a save made there by Carl Tedachuk as he gets across. He's been busy in this first period. Good look and a save there on Zach Hayes.
Well, good shot there by Zach Hayes. Zach Hayes, I would have to say, in unfamiliar territory. It's not very often that he's jumping up into the rush. We've got some defensemen that like to do it. Pahal is certainly one of them. Max Martin isn't playing tonight. Sergei Sepago, but Zach Hayes is definitely known as that stay-at-home defenseman.
Got a good shot away there, though. Tedachuk had to squeeze it under the left arm. And now Lethbridge comes ahead. Addison advances. Bellerive into the zone. Drops for Shepard. Now Barloggy. Back door for Addison. That one skips away from him. Near side, it's Knackbauer ahead. Knackbauer centers for Hanoun, just too far. 3 seconds left in the period. He'll put it on goal. Deflected aside by Tedachuk. And the buzzer sounds. The Raiders trail by 1 here after 1 period of play. Coming up in the first intermission, we will be hearing from Raider forward Cole Fonstad. But first, it's your period summary after this. You're listening to Flamin Raider Radio on CKBI. We are ready for puck drop, the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off for period number 2. Raiders trail the Hurricanes by a 2-1 score. They'll go straight ahead, but an offside call at the Hurricane blue line just 6 seconds in. Face-off back out to neutral ice. But Marty, we talked about it in the first period summary. Really a good period for the Raiders outside of maybe 40 seconds, but the Hurricanes did make them pay in that span.
Well, they certainly did. They made them pay, but the Raiders have bounced back. They got that power play goal, and they're right back into this one.
So the Raiders control now off the neutral zone face-off. Weisblatt brings it ahead, throws a shoulder into Jake Lecition. He'll get the puck in deep. Fonstad looking to force a turnover in behind the goal, worked up the wall. Fonstad picks it up. Right side, Gregor, the one-timer off the foot of Ty Prefontaine. Fonstad gets it right back. He'll control the top of the zone. Puck glued to him. Fonstad, wrist shot. That one just misses wide on the glove side. Cleared to the line. Masella, nice job on a bouncing puck with Nick Henry all over him. He's taken down as well. He'll keep the puck down in the Hurricane zone. Raiders in the midst of a line change. Coltrane Wilson up the right side. Jake Elmer will bounce it ahead. Sepago knocks it back up the wall. The Hurricanes dish it back into the Raiders zone now. Masella. Stretch pass hits Protas at the offensive blue line. He'll spin around Addison, waiting for help to join him. Can't get it back to Leeson, but Montgomery cuts it off on the right wall. Stripped from Montgomery by Jackson Shepard, and Jordy Bellerive will chip it in now. Caden Gooley after it with support from Schaffler. Schaffler now sends it up the wall for Protas. Knocked away from him, but Schaffler gets it back. He'll find Protas this time. Rink wide feet. Here's Leeson. In on a break. Brett Leeson. Save made by Carl Tedachuk. A big stop there. And Marty, that is The speed of Brett Leeson, we've seen it a few times already tonight. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden he's gone.
Well, great heads-up feed as well, but Brett Leeson, he all of a sudden he makes those Lethbridge Hurricane defensemen look like they're standing still. He walks in, but you have to give full marks to Carl Tedachuk as he just stood his ground on that shot.
Well, 13 shots, 5 or 6 are pretty good scoring chances so far, and Tedachuk's been forced to loom large in that Hurricanes net so far. Face off in the Lethbridge zone. Cousins wins it back. Addison near side for Jake Elmer. Chips it ahead looking for Taylor Ross. That one gets past him, and Pahal plays it out to neutral ice. Elmer sends it right back in. Scott will leave it behind the net now for Pahal with Cousins right on him. Leeson threads it up the middle looking for Protas. Too far for him, and Addison will regroup in his own zone. Across for Prefontaine up the middle. Cousins redlining in as Pahal goes back to pick it up. Taylor Ross throws Zach Hayes to the ice away from the puck, and the Raiders will go to the man advantage as soon as the Hurricanes touch it. They will now. And that one, a bit of a lapse in judgment from Taylor Ross, nowhere near the puck as he throws Hayes into the post. And the Raiders will get their third man advantage of the night, just 2:02 into this second period.
Well, Taylor Ross is trying to plead innocence on this one, but I'm not too sure what he was thinking about. It looked like he jumped right onto the back of Zach Hayes as they were going back and to pick up that puck. But Taylor Ross into the box. Raiders go on to their third power play.
Hayes may have taken some ice away and then forced him to go around, but Hayes has a right to that spot. Ross threw him into the net, and that puts the Raiders back to the man advantage. They're 1 for 2 right now. Man advantage brought to you by Advantage Collision. Face-off is to the right of Carl Tedachuk. Montgomery on the draw. He'll pull it back for Gregor. Left point, Sapago. Sapago tries to go across the line. That one blocked by Lesishin, and the Hurricanes get the clear. Raiders have got some chances, but they've given up some looks too on the man advantage tonight. A lot of pressure from this Lethbridge penalty kill. Sapago up through neutral ice. He'll drop for Hanoun. Left side, Gregor. Pressured right away by Nick Henry. He'll have to give it back to Hanoun in the defensive zone. Up now for Sapago. Hurricanes switching up their lines. Pass up the left side. Turn back by Merezhko. Raiders try again. This time it's Gregor. Over the line, left side, Montgomery. Checked by Merezhko behind the net. Gregor trying to work it free with the support of Sean Montgomery. Finally, Gregor has it far side. Elmer on him, but he'll find Hanoun right point, but the puck bounces over his stick. Looked like they were finally going to get possession, and the puck bounced away from Sapago. Raiders switching up their unit now, brought in by Weisblatt. He'll fumble it at the offensive blue line. Hurricanes able to find it and clear it down the ice. Raiders will complete their change here, getting the other power play unit on. Hanoun, the lone straggler from the first unit. He'll start it ahead and dish before heading to the bench, I would suspect. He'll go right side for Leeson. Hanoun chasing into the zone. Wilson there to pick it up the glass, off the stanchion, and down the ice. Gooley there to pick it up. Just 30 seconds left in the penalty to Ross. What a job by this Hurricanes penalty kill. Up the right side now, Brett Leeson. He'll center for Fonstad. Cutting to the net out front. Nackbauer scores! Blows up the water bottle. Justin Nackbauer, power play goal. Tie game 2-2.
Well, and this one is just purely set up by the speed of the Prince Albert Raiders breaking out of their own goal, out of their own zone. And it's Brett Leeson that leads this one up. Cole Fonstad jumps on it. He was able to move it all the way in, and then it's just a quick little backhand. Fonstad's going in on the off wing, and he was able to get the backhand across to Nackbauer, and Nackbauer makes no mistake on that one, potting it right away.
He didn't mess around with that one. They're replacing the water bottle.
Brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His 16th of the season, scored by number 29, Justin Nackbauer. The assist to number 24, Cole Fonstad. And number 20, Brett Leeson.
Well, they couldn't gain possession and set up on the man advantage, so they just do it on the rush. And Nackbauer destroys that water bottle. Raiders tie things up. They're 2 for 3 on the man advantage tonight. And we're all even up. Here's Protas. Stretch pass for Montgomery, or for Leeson rather. Bounce away from him to Montgomery. Raiders regroup now. Sapago helps it in. Addison back to pick it up in his own zone. Addison rink wide feed cut off by Jeremy Masella. Leeson dishing for Montgomery. That one hits the foot of Jake Lesishin. The Vegas Golden Knights draft pick is playing in his 250th career WHL game here tonight. Puck goes off the skate of Lecition in front of the Raider bench, up out of play, and Masella and Lecition collide there. Face-off coming up on the offside dot.
Masella and Lecition were tangled up. Henry gets tangled up with Sapego, and all of this occurs right at the whistle, and referees and linesmen get in there to negate any hard feelings that may have come out of that brief little flurry there. And Raiders are able to change up the lines now. Fresh set of legs out there for the Raiders.
Well, they got to be careful with that stuff, because if Lecition goes down, that's probably a penalty. And you're playing with fire against this Lethbridge man advantage. You've just clawed back into it. We're back underway. Hayes to the red line. He'll get it in. Knackbauer right corner. Works it free for Eric Pierce. He'll dish it behind the net. Here's Cousins. Cousins from behind the goal up the right side for Jake Elmer. Out through neutral ice. Turned back by Hayes at the red line. Knackbauer and Cousins collide. It'll find its way to Braden Pahal. Pahal up the wall. Cut off by Nolan Jones up the middle. Hanoun intercepts. A little bit of volleyball now in neutral ice. Hurricanes have it now. Elmer up the right wing. He'll gain the offensive zone. Elmer cutting in. Wrist shot. Save made. Rebound. Cousins scores. Dylan Cousins tucks it past Ian Scott, his second of the night, finds the rebound, and the Hurricanes are back in front. It's 3-2.
Well, it's usually an area that Ian Scott excels at, and he just wasn't able to hang on to this puck. It bounces out a quick little rebound, and wrong guy in play coming in as Dylan Cousins was able to get in there, pick up that quick little rebound that bounced off of Ian Scott, and able to dish it into the back of the net. It was set up by Elmer, though.
And a good shot there by Elmer. He's got a 9-game scoring streak coming into tonight's game.
The season scored by number 24, Dylan Cousins. The assist to number 20, Jake Elmer. And number 11, Igor Merezhko.
So a good response there by the Hurricanes, and Dylan Cousins, who's been impressive here tonight, gets in there and cleans up the rebound. As mentioned, Elmer has a 9-game goal scoring streak. That's the longest the WHL has seen this year. The furthest part of that has been 7. He's had a couple looks. He hasn't found the back of the net, but he does have a point here this evening. 5 minutes into the second period. Raiders down once again. Gooley buries Jackson Shepard behind the net. Here's Spencer Moe. Pulls it free up the left side. Evan Herman. He'll take the hit and chip it ahead for Jacob Brook. Into the zone is Brook. He'll throw it around behind the net. Spencer Moe battling with Bellerive. Spun up the wall. It hits the referee, though. Moe out front looking for Herman. Recovered by the Hurricanes. Back to the point. Gooley spins it behind the net. Spencer Moe up the far wall. He'll drop it down into the corner looking for Herman. Cut off by Prefontaine. Weisblatt has it now. Stepping off the wall. Into the high slot is Weisblatt. He'll cut in left side. Waiting for Gregor. He'll go rink wide for Fonstad. Skips away from him, and Bellerive turns the other way for Lethbridge. Off the boards and in. Hayes back to pick it up for Prince Albert. Stretch pass. He'll find Fonstad into the zone. Gregor trailing drop pass. And a shot and a save made there by Carl Tedachuk on the trailing Noah Gregor. He'll hang on. Face off in the Hurricane zone. 6:06 into this second period. Hurricanes up 3-2.
Well, good lead pass. Big thing here was Fonstad was able to keep himself onside. And then it's a quick drop pass. Noah Gregor blasts it, but it goes right into the belly of Carl Tedachuk.
Gregor back for Hayes, looking for it behind the net is Weisblatt. It'll go far side. Gregor, what a move. Off the wall in front. Fonstad save made by Tedachuk. What a play. Fonstad thought he had the 5-hole open there. Tedachuk shuts the wickets. A big stop there, as that's a 16th shot the Raiders have put on goal here tonight, and this line continues to generate.
Well, between Gregor and Fonstad, the puck was glued to their sticks, and there's a quick little release on that play from Gregor to Fonstad. Fonstad gets a great shot. Tedachuk was definitely looking behind him. He wasn't positive he made the save.
Lethbridge switches things up. They'll put the Lecition Cousins Henry line out here, and it'll work for the moment. Cousins up the ice, busting into the zone. He's defended there. Strong physical play by Jeremy Masella. Cousins in deep, takes a hard hit from Weisblatt, but stays on his skates. Dylan Cousins battling hard in deep. Here's Lecition to the side of the goal. Jam play, save made by Ian Scott, and now we're going to see a penalty as Lecition was right on top of Scott. Weisblatt comes in and takes him to the ice. We'll see a holding call against Ozzie Weisblatt. And the Hurricanes will go back to the power play here with a 1-goal lead, 6.5 into this second period.
Yeah, Ozzie Weisblatt going back to get a stick from the bench and heading over, and Lethbridge Hurricanes going to go on their first power play of this second period, and right now they're enjoying that 1-goal lead as they were able to get that lead back after that power play goal by Nachbauer.
Face off to the right of Ian Scott. Raiders 1 for 1 on the kill so far. Pahal finds the puck. He'll drill it high off the glass and down the ice as they start things off. Tadachuk leaves behind the net there for Kalen Addison. Addison will turn back in the corner and start ahead now. Kalen Addison through neutral ice, red line, drops it off now for Nick Henry. Henry following up the play. He'll gain the line and dump it in, but it'll ricochet up and out of play. They're saying it didn't go off a Raider player, so face-off back out to neutral ice. 23 seconds gone, and the penalty to Ozzy Weisblatt.
So it's a quick change of that power play unit for the Lethbridge Hurricanes as they put Barlagi back out on the ice, and as well as Dylan Cousins and Bellarive up front. Elmer back on the point, and then you've got Igor Merezhko. He's putting up some good numbers as well, 29 assists on the season.
Raiders win that neutral zone draw. Hayes able to get the clear. It'll kill off the first 30 seconds of this penalty. Hurricanes bring it ahead. Now up the left side, it's Jake Elmer. Elmer with speed, cutting in on Pahal. He'll chip it around behind the net. Hayes there to take the man. Leeson in support, but Bellarive comes away with the puck. Up to the right point, Cousins, he lost it to Montgomery, and Montgomery with Cousins all over him. He'll get it to the red line anyway, and into the Lethbridge zone. Montgomery heads off on a change. Good work again by Cousins. So strong on his skates to recover there. He'll bring it up the left side now, cuts away from Leeson. Up high, it's Merezhko. Right side, Bellarive, a minute to go in this Hurricanes power play. Jordy Bellarive, high slot, pad save by Ian Scott as he put it right on the ice far side. Scott had to extend that left leg as far as it would go, and he keeps it out. Now Pahal dishes right side for Brett Leeson. He's got Hanoun with him. Leeson lifts it in, Hanoun after it as Leeson heads off on the change. Hanoun pops the puck free to himself in the near corner. Nice job 1-on-3 by Dante Hanoun to kill off some clock here. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Ozzy Weisblatt. Hurricanes bring it ahead. Boyko can't get a stick on it. We'll see an icing call against the Hurricanes. Face-off back into the Lethbridge zone. 22 seconds left in their man advantage. 11:45 to go in the second.
Well, we had talked about the number of scouts that are here again tonight, and one of the players definitely in their sights is Dylan Cousins, and Brett Leeson does a great job. We saw some great speed as he was able to cut him off.
Face-off now in the Hurricane zone. Spencer Moe on the face-off. He'll chip it back, and it'll find Jeremy Masella in neutral ice. He'll carry it back to his own blue line and now lift it down the ice. Left behind the goal there by Tedachuk. Curling away is Merezhko up the left wing side. He'll find Taylor Ross. Ross turned back at the blue line. Nachbauer picks it up. He'll lift it down the ice, and that'll do it for the penalty to Ozzy Weisblatt. Raiders 2 for 2 on the penalty kill here tonight in that one. They gave up next 2-0. 9 minutes gone in this second period. Hurricanes lead 3-2. Dumped into the Raiders zone. It'll be an icing call against Lethbridge. And the Raiders at 5-on-5 now will get the face-off into the Hurricane zone down by 1.
Yeah, great job on the penalty kill there by the Raiders. Ozzy Weisblatt heads back over to the bench, and the Raiders really didn't give them much to look at. They've held Lethbridge down to just 4 shots as well in this period. The Raiders only 4 shots as well in this period.
Here's Gregor on the draw against Jake Lesishin. Lesishin pulls it back, and Prefontaine lifts it out to neutral ice. Masella battling with Nick Henry. Henry ties up the stick of Masella, but he's able to knock it out to neutral ice. Weisblatt, good hit there on Prefontaine in front of the Raiders bench. It's sent back into the Prince Albert zone. Pass to the high slot, Jackson Shepard. He'll hang on to that one, sends a shot, misses far side. Weisblatt after it collides with Prefontaine. Puck comes loose and Henry has it. Lifted in towards the goal. That one misses wide. Jackson Shepard on the near wall. He'll take a heavy hit there, and that's going to be deemed illegal as Jeremy Masella is going to get called for a hit to the head on Jackson Shepard. And the Raiders right back to the penalty kill here. 40 seconds shy of the midway point of this second period.
So Jeremy Masella heading into the blocks, 2-minute minor coming his way, and Lethbridge is going to go on to another power play, and this is something that Mark Habshai wanted to be a little cautious with, is this power play for Lethbridge is really starting to fire, and they've had a lot of success over their last five to six games.
We got to look at that one on the replay, and it was shoulder to head from Jeremy Masella. The arm goes up right away. And again, the Raiders win the defensive zone draw. It's sent down the ice by Zach Hayes. That's a big reason for this penalty kill success. Is their work in the face-off circle. Hurricanes have to start from their own zone. Here's Dylan Cousins. Up the right wing side, he'll dump it in. Scott cuts it off behind the net. He'll rim it up the glass. Addison holds it in. Right point, down the wall for Barloggy. Gets away from him. Montgomery finds it and lifts it down the ice. 2 chances, 2 clears for Prince Albert. 30 seconds gone in the penalty to Jeremy Masella. Up the right side, here's Cousins. Up the middle, bounces off the stick of Elmer. Turned ahead, here's Hanoun. He's got Gregor cutting to the net, shorthanded. Hanoun's pass turned aside by Addison. He gets just enough to break that one up. Hurricanes struggling to get their power play going here. Cousins right side for Jordy Bellerive. Bellerive down into the corner, up high for Kalen Addison. Walking the blue line is Addison. He'll find Bellerive near side. A minute remaining in the power play. Bellerive a shot. That one hits Barloggy in front. Gregor finds it near side, and he'll send it down. All 4 Raider penalty killers head to the players' box, and they'll switch up their unit. Lethbridge comes ahead. Lasician through neutral ice, left side, finds Taylor Ross into the zone. Henry follows up, brings it down the left wall. Henry up high for Merezhko. Back to Henry on the left side. Henry into the corner, jam play side of the goal. A save made by Ian Scott, as that was Boyko trying to sneak one through from the side of the goal. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Jeremy Masella. 9:11 to go in the second. Raiders trail 3-2.
Well, it was a little bit away from the play. It was just as Addison was getting rid of the puck, and Knockbauer put a really big hit on him. He felt it down in the corner. He was laboring going off the ice, but he ended up making a quick change after that big hit.
Raiders find the puck off the draw. Hayes clearing attempt hits Merezhko at the blue line. Does a nice job keeping it in. And the Hurricanes set up. 20 seconds left on this power play. Merezhko walks the blue line. He'll drop left side. Nick Henry stepping in. Henry fires that one. Hits his own man in front. Boyko, you can see he's a little bit sore from that one. Hayes finds it and rims it off the far boards and down the ice. And that will do it for this Lethbridge power play. Prince Albert 3 for 3 on the kill as Masella now rejoins the play. We're back to 5-on-5. Sent in by Lasician. Pahal on it behind the net. He'll find a seam to skate it up the left side and lift it up through the middle. What a play there by Pahal. Under pressure, he'll find Montgomery through neutral ice and send it in. Brett Leeson after it behind the Hurricane zone. Prefontaine gets there first up the wall. Lasician lost that one to Evan Herman. Nice job by Herman. He'll go in and battle with Prefontaine. Pulled free by Leeson. Out front, Mo just misses on the feed. Puck comes back to Schaffler down the right wall. Schaffler circling around behind the net. Out front, Mo bouncing, puck scores! Spencer Mo knocks it home. We're tied up once again. 8:04 to go in the second period, and the fourth line chips in to tie this one up.
Well, fourth line chips in with a little bit of added beef out there with Brett Leeson, who was throwing out on this line for a little bit, and I'm not sure if that was just the tail end of a penalty kill there by the Raiders and just the way the lines worked out, but it was Spencer Mo. Herman does a good job on the forecheck down in the corner to just kind of spring this puck free, and then Brett Leeson was there to help out as well.
Pizza on second. His 8th of the season, scored by number 11, Spencer Mo. The assist to number 14, loaded Schaffler. And number 20, Brett Leeson.
So Schaffler picks up another assist out there. Leeson chips in, and like you mentioned, Evan Herman on the forecheck caused that turnover. He pulled it away from Jake Lasician of all people. Vegas Golden Knights draft pick. Great job by Herman. And the Raiders tie it up again. Eric Pierce ahead now for Knackbauer. Up the right wing side. Turn back to neutral ice. Lifted in now by Caden Gooley. And the Hurricanes start ahead. Here's Kalen Addison. Up the right wing. He'll find Zachary Cox into the zone. Hurricanes switching up their unit. Hayes back behind the net. Looking for Fonstad left wall. That'll roll off the blade of Hayes all the way down the ice for icing. And we'll take a break. Time now for your Crown Cleaner cleanup, brought to you by Crown Cleaner in Prince Albert. Quality fit for a king or queen. You're listening to Flamin' Raider Radio on CKBI.
To the uninformed.
You're listening to Flamin Raider Radio on 900 CKBI.
Second period here in Prince Albert, 3-3 tie between the Prince Albert Raiders and the Lethbridge Hurricanes. I'm Trevor Redden, joined by Marty Ring, and we're back underway. Lifted out to neutral ice. Brought ahead now by Dante Hanoun on the intercept. He'll drop it off now for Weisblatt. A shot comes in, and a save made there by Carl Tedachuk. Hanoun out there off the icing call, so he was in Gregor's normal place. Drop pass, good shot there from Weisblatt, but Tedachuk makes another stop.
Yeah, good quick shift there. Dante Hanoun able to finally get that shot in, and then Gregor jumps out as soon as the whistle goes, get this line back together. This has definitely been the line that has played with the most presence out on the ice.
Gregor wins a draw back for Pahal. Down the wall, give and go between Weisblatt and Braden Pahal. Pahal runs into traffic, and the puck carries into the corner. Hurricanes recover. It's Taylor Ross. Ross up the left wing side. He's got Elmer and Cousins with him. He'll drop it now for Jake Elmer. Across Coltrane. Wilson in front. A shot and a save made by Ian Scott. Hurricanes get their defenders to join the rush there in numbers. Wilson just kind of got lost as Elmer was a trailer the Raiders were worried about. Puck finds Wilson. He's all alone, but Scott squares it up and makes a save.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that Coltrane Wilson realized how much room he actually had. He still could have probably taken another step or two to try and get the deke going on Ian Scott. Ian Scott made that save look pretty easy, and Coltrane Wilson, he got a pretty good shot away, but Ian Scott, that big body out in front of it.
Montgomery and Barloggy on the draw. Barloggy goes straight ahead towards the goal, goes off a Raider stick, and bounces just wide. A close call at the Raider goal. Montgomery now brings it up the left wall. He's checked by Jackson Shepard. Works it up the boards. Mareshko steps off the right point with it. He'll go across looking for Nolan Jones off the stick of Leeson and out to neutral ice. Hurricanes send it back in. Delayed offside, and Schaffler, he's got some time to survey his options. Left side, Gooley ahead quickly. Montgomery's got Protas driving the net. Shot from Montgomery. Rebound. Smothered up by Tedachuk. It hit him and bounced out, but he's able to swipe it out of the air and hang on for the face-off in the Hurricane zone. 6:12 to go in the second. All tied up at 3-3.
Looked like the puck bounced up maybe a foot right out in front of him and straight up in the air. Tedachuk was able to keep an eye on it, wrestle it back in, pulled it up against his body. Good breakout there by the Raiders. Quick on their feet. Good quick release on the shot.
Montgomery for the face-off. He'll line up against Jake Lesishin, this one in the Hurricane zone. One back by Lesishin. Wilson off the glass. Sapego handles it, but he can't keep the zone. Comes back to Alex Protas at his own blue line. Lesishin and Sapego engage there. Sapego loses a stick in the process, so the puck comes to his side. Masella has to hustle across to pick it up. Sapego now up the wall. Leeson doesn't like what he sees, so he'll turn it back down low. Henry and Sapego battle for that puck. Nice job on the forecheck by the Hurricanes here, but Leeson comes away with it on the pass for Lesishin. He'll chip it past Prefontaine. Into the zone is Leeson. Chops it in front, looking for Protas. That one just knocked wide by Coltrane Wilson. Sapego on the wall. He's knocked down. Henry out to neutral ice. Rink wide for Prefontaine. Red line and in. He hits a linesman with the first one. Second one, he'll dump it in, and Masella has it behind the net. Masella up the wall for Brett Leeson. Off the boards and out to neutral ice. Protas from the red line. He'll chip it in. He gets knocked to the ice by Polivko as the defender chops down Protas instead of playing the puck. The crowd doesn't like it, but play carries on. Weisblatt centers for Gregor. He's got Fonstead backdoor. Can't get it through. Danila Polivko, who sprawled out and blocked the play. Here's Weisblatt now in the slot looking for Fonstead. That one misses him. Weisblatt now into the corner. Spins away from Addison. He'll keep it moving up the wall. Tries to spin it down low for Gregor. Addison finds it high off the glass out to neutral ice. Schaffler now for the Raiders. Quickly ahead for Fonstad. He'll gain the zone and drop for Noah Gregor. Gregor cutting into the slot. Looks to shoot. It bounces away from him, and Tedachuk comes diving out to cover that one up. Face-off once again in the Hurricane zone.
Well, once again, this line, they just get buzzing, and the puck just kind of bounces off from one player to the next, and it always seems to stick onto one of their sticks. Ozzy Weisblatt again, another really solid shift for the rookie Weisblatt, and he's certainly enjoying playing with Gregor and Fonstad.
Yeah, what a game it's been for that trio so far. Here's Hanoun on the faceoff. He'll go straight ahead into the corner, throws it out front. That one handled by Taylor Ross as he chips it back into the corner. Cousins brings it the other way. Ahead now for Ross. A heavy collision between Ross and Zach Hayes. Hanoun bumps it ahead for Nackbauer. Knocked off his stick. Back into the Raider zone. It's Pahal. Stretch pass. He hits Hanoun in stride into the zone. Hanoun cuts to the slot. Wrist shot and a save made by Tedachuk. Good look there for Hanoun on the rush as he cuts in and rips it. Carl Tedachuk forced to make another big save on a Raider scoring chance.
Well, another good shot coming in, and the Raiders driving hard, looking for the rebound. Justin Knockbauer, of course, drawing lots of attention as he gets right to the top of the blue paint looking for that rebound. And the Raiders right now, this last half of this third period, they've really been taking it to Lethbridge. They've been keeping them hemmed in their own zone, got them pushing back a little bit, back on their heels.
3-3 the tie here at the Art Hauser Center. Hanoun and Cousins on the draw. Cousins pulls it back. Prefontaine up the left side. He'll find Nick Henry up the middle right on the tape for Jake Elmer. Elmer busting in, working on Braden Paul into the slot. Coltrane Wilson has the puck. Bounce away from him as he looked to get a good chance there. Now Hanoun ahead. He'll get past Elmer. Penalty coming up against the Hurricanes after this one. Centering feed from Hanoun finds Knackbauer in front for Pierce. That one just gets past him. He had some open net to work with. Pierce into the corner, Hanoun on it. Delayed penalty here against the Hurricanes as Hanoun gets hauled down by Coltrane Wilson. Back to the line, they'll keep it. Pahal, right point for Alex Protas. Rink wide, Hayes walking the blue line. Down right side, Hanoun into the slot looking for Gregor. Cut off by Nick Henry. And from way behind the play, we're going to see a penalty against Henry. Cross-checking is the call. Raiders 2 for 3 on the man advantage. They'll get their fourth opportunity here.
So fourth opportunity coming up for the Prince Albert Raiders, and it's a cross-checking call, and it's Nick Henry heading into the box for the Lethbridge Hurricanes. So that's a big player off that penalty kill
right
for Lethbridge as well.
So 3:36 remain in this second period, all tied up at 3-3. Raiders man advantage has been clicking tonight. Here's Leeson starting out the power play. He'll win it back. Gooley at the point, left wall for Cole Fonstad. Quick possession here for the Raiders. Up high, Gooley. Right side, Alex Protas. Protas in the circle, down low. Jam play, Knackbauer kept out by Carl Tedachuk. Fonstad has in the corner, up high for Leeson. Off a Hurricane stick out to neutral ice. Good job. Good thing they have the smooth skating Gooley out there to get across the ice to that puck, or Bellerive might have been gone. Gooley now ahead for Leeson. Behind the net now it's Caden Gooley. Up the wall for Brett Leeson. Raiders on the man advantage for advantage collision. Collision up high in the zone. Protas controls. He'll go up high for Gooley. Left side, Cole Fonstad. Down the wall is Fonstad. He'll find Leeson on the left wall. Up high, Fonstad. Gooley. Fonstad again, left point. He'll slap shot on goal. And a save made there by Mareshko as Fonstad loads up and can't get it through. Mareshko gets a foot on it in front. They clear. And the Raiders will switch up their unit now. Gooley starting the rush ahead. Right side, Montgomery. Drops for Fonstad. Gooley heads to the bench. Pass right side for Montgomery. Misses the mark, and Prefontaine will get there and clear. Scott behind the net with pressure from Jackson Shepard. He'll leave it for Noah Gregor. 40 seconds left in this man advantage. Gregor drops now for Dante Hanoun. Hanoun picks his way into the offensive zone. Pass near side for Weisblatt. Up high at Sapego. Across right side for Gregor. Gregor up high, Hanoun. Right point, Gregor. Left point, Sapego loads and fires. Just misses on the blocker side. Gregor behind the net. Montgomery keeps it moving near side for Weisblatt. Left point, Sapego. 20 seconds on the man advantage. Hanoun, Sapego steps in right side. Gregor goes for the one-timer. Rolls away from him. Weisblatt finds the loose puck. Up high, Sapego. 10 seconds. Right wall. Gregor up high. Hanoun tipped in front by Montgomery. Off the end boards. Another penalty coming up as Sean Montgomery is chopped to the ice. And with 3 seconds remaining in this Raiders power play, they'll go right back to work as Ty Prefontaine's going to sit. So they'll start this 5-on-3, and this power play will continue potentially to the end of the second period.
Well, it certainly will. Ty Prefontaine picks up the slashing call, as you noted, Trevor, and it was a slash on Sean Montgomery, and the Raiders' really good puck movement had that thing buzzing around in that Lethbridge Hurricane zone, and that's what draws the penalty, as Lethbridge was getting a little frustrated trying to chase that puck down.
Leeson wins it back right out to neutral ice. Fonstad has to hustle as Nick Henry was waiting to come out of the box. The puck right in front of him, but Fonstad gets there first. Henry out of the box. It's 5-on-4. Knackbauer over the blue line. He's tied up by Lesishin. Lesishin starts ahead shorthanded. He'll get as far as the red line before Gooley catches him and pulls the puck free. Back into the defensive zone. Protas up the left side for Knackbauer. That passes too far, and an unforced error there. Misses the tape. Face-off back into the Prince Albert zone. Still a minute 32 of man advantage remaining, just a minute 11 remaining in this second period.
Well, I think if you're the Lethbridge Hurricanes, you'd have been looking for a penalty on Knockbauer or on Lestitian right down below us, and I think that was a bit of a missed call there by the officials, because you could just kind of see him squeeze on the stick. It was under his arm, and he just squeezed on it and took away a really good opportunity for Lestitian.
Leeson wins the draw cleanly from Dylan Cousins. Sepago has it behind the net. He'll start ahead through the middle. Dropped off now for Cole Fonstad. Fonstad up through neutral ice. We're in the final minute of play here in the second period. Raiders on the man advantage once again. Knackbauer, right side for Brett Leeson into the corner. It's Protas. Up high for Sergei Sepago. Working the blue line. Sepago sends a shot through, and a save made by Tedachuk. He stabs a blocker out of that one. Sepago right side, Protas back up high for Sepago. Across now for Alex Protas. He'll step in and fire. That one misses. Blocker side. Fonstad corrals it near wall. Up high, Sepago across for Protas. Off the stick of Cousins into the glass. Protas down the wall for Leeson. He'll chop it near side Fonstad. 25 seconds in the period. Fonstad across for Leeson. That one skips away. Sepago holds a line. Down the right wall. Protas left side for Fonstad. Gets away from him. Bouncing behind the net. Merezhko with 12 seconds left. He'll clear it down the ice. And just 10 seconds remain as Fonstad goes back to pick it up. Scott has Bellerive bearing down on him. He'll play it near corner for Gooley. Ahead for Montgomery, and that will end the period. 3-3 is the score through 40 minutes of play. We'll have your Raider flashback coming up in the second intermission, but first, your period summary is next. You're listening to Flamin Raider Radio on CKBI. Not to mention the Hurricanes, a number 2 team in the Central Division. The Raiders, a number 1 team here in the Eastern Conference and in the entire league. But also the likes of high-end draft prospects like Dylan Cousins and Brett Leeson going head-to-head. We've seen everything that it's been built up to be tonight, and should be an exciting 20 minutes here to close it off. Yeah,
it should be a great third period. Both teams have really been firing, and it's been fun to watch. Obviously, as we mentioned, that head-to-head. Bit of a head-to-head matchup with Leeson and Dylan Cousins in particular when the Raiders are on the penalty kill. Cousins is on the power play, and there's speed on both sides. Both coaching staffs have to be happy with how their players have been playing tonight.
21 seconds remaining in this Raider man advantage. And they'll start with the power play. Montgomery and Lestitian on the draw at center ice. It goes straight ahead, and Leeson will bust after it, trying to get there before Merezhko. Knocked up the wall, though. The Hurricanes able to clear. Leeson, a diving effort to get to that one. Well, that puts him out of the play a little bit as he has to come back and tag up. Dumped in by Montgomery. Off a skate, delayed offside. The Raiders can't get back in sync. Hurricanes chip it down the ice. And that'll kill off the remainder of that penalty to tie Prefontaine. Raiders 2 for 5 on the man advantage. Brought to you by Advantage Collision, formerly JG's, but still the little shop that cares. Back to 5-on-5. Raiders work it ahead. We're just over 30 seconds into this third period. All tied up at 3-3. Nolan Jones. He'll drop it back for the smooth skating Kalen Addison. Red lining in for Addison. Product of Brandon, Manitoba, and now property of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He'll play into the corner, up the wall. Fonstad has it skip away from him. Cousins plays it behind the net. Nolan Jones crashing down near side. He's met by Weisblatt. Pahal in there. He's got Taylor Ross quickly bearing down on him. Zach Hayes looks to go behind the net, hits the side of the goal. Elmer on the wraparound attempt. That one stays out. Up high now it's Addison. His shot blocked by Fonstad. Ross at the side of the goal. Shot ricochets wide. Montgomery now up the wall for Fonstad. He can't clear as Addison holds it in. Bouncing puck corralled now by Montgomery. He'll lift it out to neutral ice, picked up by Fonstad. Working in on Kalen Addison. Addison keeps him wide. He'll drop it off. Looks to the corner, instead goes high for Gregor. And that one cut off. Cousins brings it the other way for Lethbridge. He'll gain the zone. Waiting for teammates to join him. Protects the puck on the near wall. Up high, it's Bellerive. His shot whistles wide. Right point, Polivko. Sends it down behind the goal. Gooley cuts it off. Gregor ahead for Fonstad. He's met there by Polivko. Bellerive on it now. Bellerive down for Logan Barloggy. Barloggy watched by Loden Schaffler. It's Bellerive once again. Puts it on goal from the goal line. And Ian Scott gets tight to the post. Keeps that one out. Face-off in the Raiders zone. Buck 58 gone. in this third period. 3-3 is the tie.
Well, good start to the period, and both teams obviously they know that the next goal is going to be fairly crucial. So both teams, or this particular last minute, the puck started bouncing around a little bit on the Raiders, and Lethbridge just kept the Raiders back on their heels a little bit.
Hanoun able to pull that draw back. It comes near side for Knackbauer. Off the boards out to neutral ice. Handled now by Schaffler. He'll go rink wide for Caden Gooley back into the defensive zone. Gooley up the left wall for Dante Hanoun. He'll cut up the middle, finds Eric Pierce. Right wing side, red lining in for Pierce. Hanoun and Knackbauer after it on the far wall. It's chopped out to neutral ice. And the Raiders regroup once again. Sapago up the middle, threads it to Justin Knackbauer. His shot blocked by Mareshko. Back from Masella. Wrist shot, save made, loose puck in front. Pierce jams away. And somehow the Hurricanes keep that one out. The net ends up flying off its moorings. That one just floated in the air behind Carl Tedachuk. And Pierce had a couple whacks at it. I don't know how the Hurricanes kept that one out of the net.
Well, that was an interesting exchange there, as Knackbauer was right in there as well, and it looked like Igor Mareshko actually pushed Knackbauer right through the goal, and kind of thought that there could have been a possible penalty coming up on that particular play, but the puck definitely was bouncing around. Tedachuk was having a tough time picking it up, and it just stayed out of harm's way for the Lethbridge Hurricanes.
So they're getting the net put back on its moorings here to the right of us at the Art Hauser Center. Hanoun will step in as they have it reset. Lined up against Jake Lesishin, son of longtime NHLer Curtis Lesishin. Hanoun on the draw. He'll pull it back from Masella, right point. Masella down the wall, cut off by Lesishin. He'll find Nick Henry up the boards. Centered for Jake Elmer. He'll gain the red line and lift it in. Jeremy Masella back to pick it up in the defensive zone. Masella lifts it down the ice. Nolan Jones, nice job reaching out and gloving that one down at the red line. Knackbauer forcing a turnover in deep. He'll drop up high. Masella loads and fires. A blocker save made by Tedachuk. Good interception and dish there by Knackbauer. And the Hurricanes come ahead now. Elmer, Lesishin lost that one, and Hanoun will cut it off. Up the wall, held right point by Kalen Addison. Rink wide. Nick Henry has shot. He's blown up by Sapago, and a pad save made by Ian Scott. Hurricanes stay on the puck, though. Elmer down behind the net for Henry. Spun out front for Lesishin. Cut off by Pierce. He'll find Jacob Brook. Up the ice comes Brook. Trying to get past Kalen Addison. Addison stays in front of Brook as he gets the puck in deep. Addison on the puck in the corner. He'll lift it up the middle, nearly gloving it down as Herman. It gets past him, and Gooley on it back in the defensive zone. He'll skate away from Cox behind the net. Gooley up the left side for Herman. Nice job corralling a bouncing puck along the boards. He's cross-checked to the ice. Gooley pulls it free around behind the goal line. Schaffler near corner. Schaffler under some pressure. He'll lift it ahead. Brook chips it off the glass and out. Mo at the red line trying to get around Zach Cox. Caught up in his skates. And it's pulled free now by Gooley. Ahead for Herman. Chipped ahead. Cut off by Coltrane Wilson. He'll advance now for Boyko. Boyko right side back in front for Boyko. Backhand! And a penalty coming up as Loden Schaffler reaches in and hooks up Boyko. And some good pressure there by the Hurricanes. The Raiders go to the penalty kill here. 15:46 remaining in the third period.
Well, Schaffler definitely got the stick in. I was waiting patiently to see. It was just a little bit of a hesitation on the call by the official. I thought it might be a penalty shot coming out of that one. I wasn't absolutely positive, so it was kind of a relief when I saw the hooking call.
So we'll see a face-off now to the right of Ian Scott. Dylan Cousins and Sean Montgomery on the draw. This time the Hurricanes able to control. Mareshko works the top of the line. He'll dish right side for Jordy Bellerive, who brings it back across the top, working to his left. Top of the circle now, up high Elmer. Back left side for Bellerive. His shot from a sharp angle. Save made by Scott. He thought he had a little room there inside the post, but Scott seals it off, and face-off coming up in the Raiders zone. Just 14 seconds gone, and the penalty to Loden Schaffler.
Well, you had mentioned Jake Lesishin, and of course Curtis Lesishin was with the Saskatoon Blades, and I believe it was Mike Modano, Trevor Linden, and Curtis Lesishin all in that draft, all in the same draft year.
There you go. That's pretty star-studded lineup, and some good NHL years for those three as well. Off the draw, the Raiders get the clear and brought right back ahead by the Hurricanes. Cousins into the zone right side. He takes a hit from Zach Hayes, gets it in deep. Montgomery on the puck. He'll tie it up. Pahal in there as well, trying to work it free. Up the wall, held left point by Mareshko. He'll dish it left side for Jake Elmer. Elmer stepping into the high slot. Barloggy tied up in front with Hayes. Loose puck in front. Barloggy spins. Can't get it on goal. Pahal has it, and he'll get it down the ice. Big save there by Ian Scott with Barloggy and Hayes wrestling in front of him. A minute gone, a minute remaining in the penalty to Loden Schaffler. Just over 5 minutes gone in the third period. Henry ahead, right side for Boyko. Back in front for Henry, cut off by Masella. It's touched by a high stick, but the Hurricanes not able to connect with it, so it's waved off, and that gives the Raiders a chance to clear. Addison in his own zone, ahead for Boyko. Noah Boyko starting ahead. He'll gain the red line and send it in. He'll go after it himself, battling with Hanoun. Loose puck, Sapego looks to clear. He can't get it away. It's knocked off his stick right at the side of the goal. Boyko behind the net, spun up the wall by Lesishin, but not able to get there is Kalen Addison. Not in time to hold the zone anyway. He'll retreat to neutral ice. Quick pass ahead for Taylor Ross. He'll collect that one over the blue line, so an offside pass brings the faceoff back in front of the Lethbridge bench. 24 seconds remaining in the penalty to Schaffler.
Well, it was both Boyko and Lesishin both got caught inside the blue line when Taylor Ross picks up this pass, and if he had just left it alone, they'd have been all right. They were still circling out, trying to get out, but he picks it up inside that blue line. Faceoff comes all the way back just outside Lethbridge Hurricane blue line.
Spencer Moe wins the faceoff back to Braden Pahal. He'll dish it near side for Knackbauer. Knackbauer dumps it in, and Moe will chase after it. Coltrane Wilson there on the right wall, quickly moves it ahead. Zach Cox into the zone, lost that one to Zach Hayes, and Hayes will zip it down the left wall. Raiders penalty kill holds up once again as Schaffler stands up to rejoin the play. Back to even strength now. 3-3 the score. 13:40 remaining in the third period. Prince Albert is 4 for 4 on the penalty kill against this Lethbridge power play. Fonstad centering feed, bounces away from Pahal. Here's a break for Taylor Ross to the net. He's hooked up by Pahal. Rebound passed out front, and it's chopped over the goal by Justin Hall, but Taylor Ross takes advantage of a miscue in the Raiders' own. Pahal reaches in and hooks him up, and the Hurricanes right back to the power play with another chance to take the lead.
Well, Braden Pahal just kind of got crossed up a little bit as his puck comes off the wall, and he just kind of miscued it, and it gets in behind him. And then next thing you know, Taylor Ross was breaking in, and Pahal tries to reach in with the stick, picks up that hooking call.
Hurricanes win the draw. Raiders back to the penalty kill. Jake Elmer steps in right circle. He'll dish it up high for Jordy Bellerive. Bellerive along the right boards. Bellerive working the top of the zone. Jordy Bellerive surveying his options, throws it back door for Cousins, bounces off his stick. Can't get it on goal. Raiders a chance to clear. They'll get it just over the line. Mareshko thought he held it, but he brought it back in offside. Face off out to neutral ice. 20 seconds gone in the hooking infraction to Braden Pahal.
Well, Mareshko tried to sell it like he had held it. I think he knew full well that it had come out, but he tries to press ahead, but it was definitely an offside call against Lethbridge.
We'll see Hanoun on the draw against Jake Lesishin. The puck bounces ahead, and Gregor pounces on it. He'll knock it down the ice, and Kalen Addison picks it up behind the net. He's flushed out by Noah Gregor. Addison surveying his options with Gregor watching him. He'll drop for Henry. Near side Lesishin has it bounce off his stick. Brought into the Raiders' zone offside. A bit of a miscue there as the Raiders jumped after the puck, but the Hurricanes had the first man in before the puck crossed. They had odd numbers into the zone, but it was offside.
I never even heard the whistle go on that particular play, and all of a sudden I was looking up and it was like, holy smokes, it looks like a 3-on-1 going in, but it was definitely an offside call.
Minute 23 left in this Lethbridge power play. Mareshko pass across, intercepted by Gregor. He'll bust to the zone. Gregor driving wide to the net. Good job by Mareshko to stay in front of him and knock the puck free, preventing Gregor from getting to the net. Hurricanes into the zone the other way. Cousins pass right side for Barloggy. He'll protect it along the boards. Masell, a nice strong play to scoop it free and send it down the ice. A minute gone, a minute remaining in the penalty to Braden Pahal. Hurricanes no thoughts of switching up this top power play unit. Mareshko up the right side for Cousins. Up the middle, he'll find Jordy Bellerive. Into the zone, he lost that one to Sapego. Can't clear though, here's Elmer. Into the zone behind the net, Bellerive. Jordy Bellerive plays it near corner with Gooley after him. He'll find Addison left point. Addison walks a blue line, his shot blocked by Brett Leeson. Off the hand as that one stung a little bit. but it bounces out to neutral ice. Addison has it at his own line. He'll turn back. Addison surveying his options. He'll go near side for Taylor Ross into the zone. Ross brings it up the left wall. He'll bank it around behind the net. Nick Henry, right point. 15 seconds left in the Lethbridge power play. Addison, right point. He'll look up high for Henry. Doesn't shoot. He'll take it back down the right side instead. Dishes now for Addison. Lesishin coming across. Pass into the skates. Lesishin turns it back. Penalty expiring. Lesishin leaves for Addison. Addison backdoor. Cousins misfired and missed on the near side. Scott coming across to make the save, ends up knocking the net off its moorings, and we'll get a face-off in the Raiders zone. Back to 5-on-5, 11:26 to go in the third. 3-3 is the tie.
Well, the fifth straight penalty kill now for the Raiders. They've done a great job against this high-flying Lethbridge Hurricane team, and keeping them off the mark on 5 power play opportunities thus far.
Sean Montgomery wins the defensive zone face-off. Jackson Shepard hard in on the forecheck, but Gooley able to work it ahead for Protas. He's cut off there by Justin Hall. Played back behind the net. Loden Schaffler protects it for Gooley. Gooley tries to work it up the boards. He's turned back, and now Shepard has it for the Hurricanes. Down to the corner. Hall knocked away from him, and it's Brett Leeson ahead. He'll chip it past Prefontaine and chase it down the ice. Tedachuk out of his net. He'll play it off the glass, and that'll skip past Montgomery. Here comes Justin Hall the other way into the Raiders zone. He's defended by Braden Pahal. Sent behind the net, and Alex Protas gathers left corner. He'll lift a bouncer into the right wall towards the Lethbridge zone. Leeson after it. He'll check Merezhko, but Merezhko leaves it behind the net for Polivko. Polivko up the middle for Taylor Ross. Left side Cousins. Cousins stick checked by Pahal. And the puck bounces back to neutral ice. Elmer now nearly lost it to Leeson. Elmer now almost lost it to Protas. He'll get it back to Merezhko. Stretch pass for Dylan Cousins. Cousins cutting to the net, thrown on goal, and he'll go crashing in with Braden Pahal. The net comes off behind Ian Scott, and a face-off stays in the Raiders zone as Cousins tried to turn the corner there on Braden Pahal, and they all went crashing into the net.
Well, really solid play there by Dylan Cousins as he tries to cut in around Pahal, and Pahal just didn't give up on the play. He just kept with him, kept his feet moving. I think that was the biggest thing, and eventually you just run out of real estate. They run into Ian Scott in the Raider goal, but good job there by Pahal, but you really see that speed of Dylan Cousins.
Hurricanes control on the offensive zone faceoff. Addison down the near wall for Elmer. Rink wide for Ross. A drive and a save made by Ian Scott as he gets across on that rink wide one-timer from Taylor Ross. Here's Gregor up the near side for Weisblatt. He'll throw it up through the middle looking for Fonstad. Far side of the ice, but that one hits the low-hanging scoreboard here at the Art Hauser Center. Faceoff coming back into the Prince Albert zone.
It's going to come all the way back into the Raiders zone. The Raiders take the opportunity, change up the units out there as you've just, again, you've come off these back-to-back penalties that the Raiders gave up, or power plays that the Raiders gave up to the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Now you got to get your lines reorganized again.
Lesishin pulls the face-off back. Addison's shot blocked by Hanoun. Mo looks to chip it to Hanoun, and neutral ice can't hit him with it. And the Hurricanes send it right back in. Nick Henry battling with Masella. He'll throw it behind the net for Noah Boyko. Boyko stripped of the puck by Jeremy Masella. But strong play there by Masella. Out to neutral ice. Slapped right back in by Nolan Jones. Stopped up behind the net there by Ian Scott. We're past the midway point of this third period, all tied up at 3-3. Justin Knackbauer to the red line. He'll send it in. Spencer Moe chasing after near side. Ty Prefontaine to the puck. It's lifted out to neutral ice. Caden Gooley across for Schaffler at their own blue line. Schaffler pass on the money for Spencer Moe into the zone. He'll find Fonstad. Fonstad driving in. He's got Gooley joining. Caden Gooley scores. What a play. Caden Gooley picks it blocker side. What a feed from Cole Fonstad. And the Raiders are back in front.
One has to look at the play that Cole Fonstad makes. He puts his puck in between his legs, gets it back out in front, and then drops it back to Caden Gooley. He had everybody going opposite directions on that particular play, but it's going to be Spencer Moe to Fonstad, and then the drop pass. But what a move by Fonstad to turn the Lethbridge Hurricane defenseman inside
Brought
out.
to you by Venice House Pizza on 2nd His third of the season scored by number 6, Caden Gooley. The assist to number 24, Cole Fonstad. And number 11, Spencer Moe.
Not only the move by Fonstad, but to have any idea Caden Gooley was there because he had his back turned the whole way. Unbelievable display there by Fonstad. And the Raiders, I said back in the lead, but this is their first lead of the night. They're up 4-3, but Hurricanes pushing back. Here's Barloggy. He takes a hard shoulder from Gregor behind the net, but a jam play side of the goal pops right up over the crossbar. Schaffler now in the right corner, pulled free by Noah Gregor. He'll dish left side for Fonstad. He's got 3 points tonight, and he'll start ahead once again. Fonstad over the red line. He'll send it in. Weisblatt stays in there to wait for help. Back to the line, Hayes across the blue line. Pahal in high slot. Tip for Protas. That one redirected into a Lethbridge skate. Leeson tries to pull it off the wall. Turn back. And it's out to neutral ice. Pass ahead by Pahal. Hits a skate of Protas. Hurricanes bring it right back in. Taylor Ross on the near wall. Checked by Brett Leeson. Raiders converge on the puck. Montgomery, he'll chop it past Addison, and he'll head up the ice. Rink-wide feed finds Protas to the net. A shot from Protas, and a save made by Carl Tedachuk. He'll hang on. Time now for your Crown Cleaner cleanup, brought to you by Crown Cleaner in Prince Albert. Quality fit for a king and queen. 4-3, the Raiders lead in the third. You're listening to Flamin Raider Radio on CKBI.
To the
KBI.
Third period here at the Art Hauser Center. The Prince Albert Raiders have taken their first lead of the night. It's 4-3 with just under 8 minutes remaining as they take on the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Hurricanes on the puck deep in Raider territory. Play back to the line, Coltrane Wilson. Jake Elmer in deep. He's a little bit shaken up after a collision with Zach Hayes. Hayes will come and squeeze him off again. Pulled free by Montgomery. He'll chip it out to neutral ice, gets away from Leeson, but Hayes following up on the play. He'll zip it ahead right away to Montgomery at the offensive blue line. Montgomery sends it in around behind the net. Leeson can't control it on the far boards, but Protas keeps it inside the zone. He'll send it across for Jeremy Masella. Masella down the wall, lifts it behind the net for Protas. Protas has that one bounce away from him, and the Hurricanes come the other way. Stretch pass for Ty Prefontaine. Missed the mark, and Masella turns it back ahead. Prefontaine cuts it off. The Hurricanes blue line. Leeson tries to split the defenders, but Prefontaine gets in front of him. Hurricanes come the other way now. It's Justin Hall over the red line and in. Sapago battling with Bellerive down in the corner. Knocked loose by Masella. Montgomery angles his man, but it's squeezed against the boards by Justin Hall. Bellerive in there, but Sapago comes away with the puck. He'll dish it far side for Justin Knackbauer. Up the wall, blocked by Marejko. Sapago takes the hit from Bellerive and gets it near side from Masella. On the tape now for Brett Leeson. He tries to thread it ahead to Knackbauer. That one doesn't connect. Sapago turns it back at the Raider blue line, and now it's sent in by Nolan Jones. 6:15 remaining in the third. Raiders lead 4-3, looking for the season sweep of the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Hanoun Sends it rink wide for Knackbauer. Bounces away from him. He'll chase it into the Hurricane zone. Jones behind the net for Addison. Up the right wall, Elmer controls. And he'll lift it rink wide. Knocked down by Spencer Moe. And they'll call that one a high stick as that was just above his shoulders when he knocked it down and corralled it. Face-off coming up in neutral ice.
Yeah, Spencer Moe definitely knocked this one down high up. It was definitely higher than his shoulders as he reached up to.
Might have been below Zach Hayes' shoulders. The two were side by side,
but nonetheless, it is high sticking the puck. We see Mark Habshai still kind of moving around with his lines a little bit here in this third period, and he's able to change things up here now. But he did have Spencer Moe connected once again with Dante Hanoun.
So we'll get the Gregor line out here now against Logan Barlogi's line for the face-off in the Raider zone. Barlogi getting down low into his crouch in the face-off circle. Gregor handles it though, and Gooley, the most recent goal scorer, he'll go up the left wall for Fonstad. He lifts it out to neutral ice, sent right back in by Alex Cotton. Loden Schaffler back to pick it up. Nice easy dish up the middle for Gregor. Right side Weisblatt, and the Raiders are out of the zone into Lethbridge territory. Weisblatt sends a bouncing puck to net front, and Gregor hammers Alex Cotton in front of the net. Caught a little shook up as that hit caught him up high, and the Hurricanes come the other way. Barlogi centers it. That one gets through. Right corner, Henry sends it from the goal line. Bounces behind the net. Held left point. Prefontaine sends it in. Jackson Shepard for Lecition. His shot blocked by Gregor. He'll advance for Cole Fonstad. Lifted ahead into the Hurricane zone. Prefontaine has it now. Ty Prefontaine dishes right side for Coltrane Wilson. Up the middle, Lecition chips it ahead. Cousins skates into it. Dylan Cousins centering pass for Lecition. He's tied up by Masella. Henry rink wide for Cousins. Dylan Cousins on the far wall up to the right point. Wilson's shot blocked by Protas, and it'll bounce out to neutral ice. Less than 5 minutes remain here in the third period. Raiders lead 4-3. Here's Leeson forcing a turnover, fires it off the side of the net. The fans thought he scored as it made the mesh bulge. And now a turnover. Sapago a drive and a glove save by Carl Tedachuk. Hurricanes pressing for offense, but two turnovers by the Raiders creates a couple opportunities. Tedachuk hangs on with 4.5 to play, and the Raiders up by 1.
Well, and what teams have started to learn against this Prince Albert Raiders is that you just can't give them an inch, because they will take every bit of it, and they'll just go to the yard with it. And Brett Leeson, that was just a great play off the wall, quick release on the shot. Definitely had the fans jumping, but it did go off the outside of the goal.
Hanoun wins the draw in the offensive zone. Sapago able to hold it in for a moment. Now the Hurricanes lift it down to the Raider blue line. Masella ahead for Moe. He'll collect it in his skates, keeping the Hurricanes at his back, and now he'll turn up the ice. Look at the speed from Moe into the zone left side. It bounced away from him, but back to Jeremy Masella. Drive, that one redirected in front. Ricochets just wide, and the Hurricanes come the other way. Bellerive dishes right side for Jake Elmer. Into the zone is Elmer. Toe drag, shot off the side of the net. That one, much like Leeson's, looked like it was in for a moment, but it stays out. And the Hurricanes will end up putting it right back into their own zone. Mereshko back to pick it up. Both sides changing. Mereshko behind the net. 3:45 to play in regulation. Raiders lead 4-3. Mereshko redlining in. He'll zip it around behind the goal. Barlogi near side battling with Braden Pahal. It comes loose, and Ozzy Weisblatt will lift it down the ice. Kalen Addison on it in his own end. Pass finds his man up through neutral ice. Left side, Jackson Shepard, a shot and a glove save by Ian Scott as he reaches out and stabs that one. Tonight's Venice House over-under contestant Gillis Sanderson picked over 3 goals for the Prince Albert Raiders. So congratulations to Gillis. You've won a 2-for-1 voucher from Venice House Pizza. You can play 2 Mondays to Fridays on mornings with Chris and Tina on CKBI.
Well, Ian Scott probably made this one look a little more dramatic than what it was, but Jackson Shepard got a pretty good shot away, but Ian Scott just kind of casually reaches out and picks that one out of the air.
Face off in the Raiders zone. Masella chops it behind the net. Sapago up the left wall for Protas. Protas hits a trailing Masella. Masella banks it up the wall. Montgomery gets a piece of that one and chips it in. Addison back to pick it up. We'll have to keep an eye on Carl Tedachuk here. Hurricanes down by 1. At what point do they vacate the goal? Addison waiting behind the net. He's watched by Leeson. Lecition swings right side. And Addison he's not going anywhere. He's waiting for his players to come back in earnest. Now Henry swings Addison, dishes left side for Polivko. Polivko up the middle, Lecition will chip it in on the backhand. Masella picks it up behind the net with quite a bit of time to decide with that one. Lecition comes crashing down. Masella up the left wall, he'll find Alex Protas. And out to neutral ice goes Protas just ahead of Brett Leeson. Leeson picks the pocket of Danila Polivko, chasing into the offensive zone. Polivko gets it back. And now it's Jake Elmer. Elmer, nice move on Pahal. In tight backhand. Save made by Ian Scott as he gets across and squeezes the right post. Cousins now in the near corner. Finds Jake Elmer. In tight. Elmer scores! Tie game. Jake Elmer puts it away. And he extends his goal-scoring streak to 10 games. We're all tied up at 4-4 with 2:17 to play in the third period.
Well, Jake Elmer was in the right spot at the right time there as he just turns around and he's all by himself. It's him and Ian Scott, and definitely a shot that Ian would like to have back as he goes 5-hole on this one. Ian tries to shut the door on it, but it was a good, hard shot by Elmer right up the middle.
That one takes some life out of this building as the Raiders looked like they were on the way to victory, but they give up that chance, and Elmer walks right in, beats Ian Scott, and it's 4-4 here with just over 2 minutes remaining. Here's Fonstad. Ahead for Dante Hanoun up the left wall. Hanoun chips it in from the red line. A new wrinkle here for the Raiders. Hanoun taking the spot of Ozzy Weisblatt. Hurricanes will send it down the ice. Cousins does his best to chase that one down, but icing stays in effect as Pahal gets there first. Face-off down into the Lethbridge zone. Buck 56 to play in the third. Raiders and Hurricanes tied up at 4-4.
Yeah, and it is a little different. We got a timeout now being called by the Lethbridge Hurricanes as obviously Brent Kissio looks out and he sees a little bit different line formations all of a sudden starting to appear, and it was Dante Hanoun out there instead of Ozzy Weisblatt with Fonstad and Gregor.
Yeah, a little bit of tinkering here late in the game by the Prince Albert Raiders, and that was just a little too easy for the Hurricanes as Addison waited and waited and waited in his own zone, and the Raiders sat back, forced them to break out against all five, and they were able to chip it in, and then finding Elmer off the wall with nobody around him. Defensive miscue, which is uncharacteristic of the Raiders, especially late in the game holding a lead. They've been pretty airtight so far this year.
Well, they certainly have been, and like I said, it was one of those situations where Elmer is just in the right spot at the right time, and the puck just kind of bounced right to him, and he was able to turn around, and he realized that he had enough time to basically pick his spot as to where he wanted to shoot it.
So the Raiders wait and see who the Hurricanes go with. They'll pull Hayes and Pahal off and send Masella and Sapago out there to match up with the Lecition, Bellerive, and Henry line. Hanoun on the draw, picked up now by Noah Gregor. He'll dish left side for Sergei Sapago. Rink wide feed, that one hits Hanoun up high. Hurricanes will bank it off the boards and out of play. Looks like the faceoff will come back into the Lethbridge zone. Still a minute 45 to play in the third period here at the Art Hauser Center.
Well, you certainly see the Raiders trying to get things set up once again for a good shot coming in, whether it's from the outside or whether you're going to try and feed it across, looking for that one-timer with Noah Gregor once again.
Hanoun on the draw to the left of the offensive zone. Carl Tedachuk's right. Lecition and Hanoun on the draw. Lecition able to pull that one back, but Fonstad after in the corner. It's played up the wall. Sapago holds for a moment, but it's picked up now by Nick Henry. Henry gains the Raiders' own left side. He'll delay, throws it in front. That one knocked down by Hanoun. Lecition looking to pull it free. It's scooped away by Noah Gregor. Up the ice comes Gregor. He's got Fonstad with him. Dishes in front for Fonstad. That'll get past him right in on Tedachuk. Hangs on to that one as we take a look at the shot clock, brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. In this third period, the Raiders have 7 shots on goal compared to 11 the other way for Lethbridge. So with their backs against the wall, a good performance here by the Hurricanes. They keep pushing it towards the Raiders' goal.
Well, they did. They kept pushing it as the Raiders were kind of taking control of this third period, and then all of a sudden Lethbridge put the Raiders back on their heels and were rewarded with that goal.
Montgomery on the draw, comes back to the line. Leeson can't quite hold it in. Here comes Cousins the other way. He's watched near side. Shot comes in. Rebound. Kicks out on that long shot. But the Raiders able to clear. Merezhko back inside his own line. Ahead chipped in by Jake Elmer. Zach Hayes back to pick it up. He'll curl behind the net. We're in the final minute of play here in the third period. Raiders and Hurricanes tied up at 4-4. Up the right side, Leeson looks to chip it for Protas. That one turned back, and Montgomery has to hustle back with Lecition on him. He'll bank it up the wall. Protas finds it into the offensive zone. Alex Protas curls and drops for Leeson. Knocked away from him by Nick Henry, and Bellerive turns it the other way. His pass misses Lecition. Protas from the red line. He'll send it into the Hurricane zone. Raiders switch up their line. Hanoun, Gregor, and Fonstad come out. 30 seconds remaining. Hurricanes chip it in. Sapago lifts it ahead. Fonstad up the right wall. He'll dish to Gregor. Gregor cutting into the zone, and just offside was Cole Fonstad. Gregor ended up losing an edge anyway. Face-off back out to neutral ice. 22.5 seconds remaining in regulation.
Well, Cole Fonstad goes with the backhand pass back to the middle of the ice, and then he basically gets taken into the zone by the Lethbridge Hurricanes as they're finishing off the check. Good defensive play there by Lethbridge.
Dante Hanoun and Dylan Cousins on the faceoff. Cousins gets planted there by Noah Gregor as he was looking down for that puck, and Gregor throws a shoulder into him. Cousins up the ice now, finding Elmer. 10 seconds left. Elmer knocked down. Raiders off the glass and out to neutral. Prefontaine at the red line. He'll send it right back in. Bounces around behind the net. Hayes takes a look at the clock. He'll eat this one in his skates, and the buzzer sounds. We are headed to overtime here at the Art Hauser Center. We're all tied up at 4-4, and we'll just stay right here with you as we head to take a look at your third period summary for Ted Matheson Menswear in downtown Prince Albert. It looked for the longest time like Caden Gooley was going to have the game winner here tonight. He scored his third of the year on a beautiful feed from Cole Fonstad with 8:15 remaining in the third period, but a late tally from Jake Elmer extending his league best all season goal scoring streak to 10 games. Elmer, he's now got 33 on the campaign, and we're all knotted up heading into the overtime frame.
Well, it was a really good pushback by Lethbridge. They just didn't give up, and we weren't expecting Lethbridge to give up in this particular game. As the Raiders found themselves out in front for the first time with that goal by Gooley, and again, we just have to reiterate what a great play that was by Cole Fonstad to first off make the move that he did, but then to have the presence of mind that Gooley was dropping into that spot to receive the pass. So it was a great play there by the Raiders, but Elmer gets himself into a really good position late in the third period, was able to knock this one up. So we go into the overtime at 4-4, and shots on goal ended up finishing 12 shots for Lethbridge in that third period for a three-period total of 27. The Raiders ended up with 7 for a three-period total of 29. So once again, it's one of those games where the shots on goal for the Raiders ends up down below that 30 mark.
Yep.
And, 30 plus seems to be the magic marker for the Raiders when they're going to chalk up a win in regular time.
Well, the first two periods are on pretty good pace. 12 in the first, 10 in the second, but it faded a little bit in the third as we continue to look by the numbers for BTR Financial. The big story for the Raiders tonight, special teams, 2 for 5 on the power play, 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. But despite their lack of success on special teams, the Hurricanes, they've just been plucky tonight. They keep coming back. They've had the lead. They've lost the lead, and now they're back in front. And they've got a good opportunity here heading into overtime.
Well, they certainly do. And, of course, you go into the overtime, and the overtime with the lesser amount of players on the ice, it really makes for interesting hockey. I love the overtime format. I think it's probably one of the best things that both the Western Hockey League and the NHL have brought into play. You get this 3-on-3, and it's exciting hockey.
Getting set for the Great Canadian Oil Change. Opening face-off for overtime. With all this talent the Hurricanes have, you wouldn't believe they have the worst winning percentage when it comes to overtime and shootouts in the Western Hockey League. But the Raiders won't think of that one too much. They'll take them honestly here. Montgomery into the zone. He blows a tire, and here comes Elmer the other way. He's got a break with Cousins. Pahol bringing back. Elmer scores! Jake Elmer in on a break, and Ian Scott gets run over by Dylan Cousins at the end of the play. Scott is down, picking himself up, but Jake Elmer has his second of the night, and the Lethbridge Hurricanes take this one 5-4 in overtime.
Really tough play there. The Raiders blow a tire as they get into the Lethbridge Hurricanes zone, and that's all that it takes in this 3-on-3 format to get that odd man rush going in. But Elmer makes no mistake on this one. And then Cousins really finishes things off, slamming Ian Scott back into the goal. But Lethbridge Hurricanes come away with a crucial overtime victory, picking up 2 points because they're in a big battle in that Alberta division with the Edmonton Oil Kings.
With that, we'll step aside. Post-game show is next. You're listening to Flamin' Raider Radio on CKBI.